So back in the day, I used to hear, we used to hear people talking about their comfort zone all the time and like, oh, you don't want to be in your comfort zone because that's kind of like your danger zone. You get stuck there. And I was like, well, what does that mean? And if I leave my comfort zone, where do I go? So I started studying that and I had to write a whole book about it called The Belief Zone. And what I discovered, right, is that, our subconscious mind is simply keeping us safe. We talked a little bit about this already. So think about a circle around yourself and let's call that your comfort zone. This is what you know. This is what's familiar. This is what you're used to. Using the example from before, that might mean, $25,000 a month in my 25,000 a month in my business. It's safe. I know how to get there. I have the right team. I work X amount of hours a week. It's easy. The second you start setting that next level goal, let's say $50,000, it starts to kick up everything, right? And that's where when you shift the belief like we just talked about and you step into this new I am belief, you leave your comfort zone and you move into what I call a new belief zone. It's almost like taking on a new identity, the identity of the business owner who's at $50,000 a month. What decisions would they make? How would they show up? How many hours a week would they work, right? So you step from your comfort zone into this new belief zone and then start to take the new steps from that new perspective, that new identity.
Yeah, I would say that Ursula is very right on this, but also too, I would like to bring in that sometimes comfort doesn't mean you're comfortable. There's a lot of times where you're actually quite uncomfortable. You're on this hamster wheel, but you know how to do it, but you're exhausted, you're tired, you're fat, you just feel terrible, right? But yet
Mhm.
it's what you know, and you at least you're surviving, right?
Yeah, right. Good
and,
point. Yeah.
and sometimes you just got, and so when you're in that, if you're like, yeah, but you know, you get to this point and you need to ask yourself that question, like, what would I do if I wasn't afraid? Because
Mhm.
at the whenever you stop growing and you get to where you're on that hamster wheel of exhaustion, I'm going to tell you there is some fear that is holding you back. I'm afraid that if I actually hire another doctor in here, that we won't have enough people and it'll tank. When what actually happens is you double your capacity and
Mhm.
then you get more time to step out of the business to actually be managing it more, and it happens, right?
Right.
So that what would I do if I was not afraid, I'm going to tell you is a good one, but Ursula is actually right. Don't think of it as a danger zone, as this thing to fear.
Mhm.
It's just, well, I'm ready for the next chapter. I've done all I can do with this chapter and now I'm just spinning my wheels, and it's actually making me tired a little bit.